The holidays have never been a good time for me. My dad left when I was 10. Yes, it's tragic, but nothing out of the norm. He left us on Christmas Eve and never came home. Said he was going out for some wrapping paper, and that was the last we saw of him. For 25 years, my mother had learned to deal with this, a slow process for a woman so much in love. Dad was everything to her, to all of us. Growing up without a father was tough, but again, nothing out of the norm. Lots of my friends growing up only had one parent. You were more abnormal if your parents had stayed together. At least that was how we all coped with it. Mom died 2 years ago, and now I was in charge of hosting the family Christmas at her old house. The house that was Mom and Dad's so many years ago. None of us wanted to come back to a place full of so many bad memories, but we all knew it's what she would have wanted if she was still alive. My younger brother and sister were late again this year. Typical. I can never count on either of them to be on time for anything. None of us were great cooks, so we opted to have pizza delivered. We ate in silence, then spent the next hour and a half trimming the tree. We all plopped down on the couch and dust spurted out from the cushions. "It's freezing in here, Joe," my brother Danny said. "Anyone know how to start a fire?" "I don't," Jen said, and both turned to look at me. The eldest sibling gets all the stupid jobs. It must be some kind of intergalactic law. There was already wood in the house, so we gathered what we could and tried to get a nice warm fire going. We weren't having much luck. Smoke filled the room, and I fiddled with the fireplace and realized something was blocking the airflow. "This old piece of crap house," Jen said. "It doesn't surprise me nothing works around here." She was right. Mom had never bothered to fix anything since Dad had left, including the fireplace. Danny and I had offered several times to fix things around her place, but she wouldn't hear of it. She wanted everything kept just how it was, and believed someday Dad would come back. "I think I know what's wrong," I said as I continued working. That's when I smelled something awful and heard a rattling sound. A corpse, now a pile of dry bones and clothed in a Santa suit, hit the bottom with a thud. I jumped back and clamped my hands over my mouth. Jen screamed, and Danny dropped to the floor while letting out painful sobs. A red velvet bag came down next, filled with gifts labeled for each of us. Turns out Dad came back after all.